Just this Friday, Rose Jerry, a young Kenyan, whose only act was to use technology to create a civic platform for public engagement on the 2025 finance bill, was arrested arbitrarily, detained, and her detention, she's appearing in court as we go on. I do not know whether they have finished, but I'm aware the court is on and my colleagues are there in solidarity. Her detention reflects shrinking space for civic innovation and democratic participation. Just imagine the irony that today was the start of the public participation on the 2025 finance bill. Yet, Rose Njeri was arrested because of providing space online for Kenyans to robustly participate and give their views, and because many people are unhappy, reject the Finance Bill 2025. It is her democratic right, our democratic right, but she's in custody as the stage-managed public participation kicks off. The time for silence is over. We are staring at a regional crisis, not an economic crisis, not a crisis of trade, but of democracy itself. And democracy facilitates economic growth and is the basis upon which we can accelerate regional integration. About Ruto's apology to Tanzania, that again confirms complicity. Why is he apologizing to Tanzania when his national, Boniface Mwangi, has come brutalized? What sort of apology is this? Short of thanking President Samia for torturing his citizen. That again is a show of complicity. Yeah. And a nation exists to protect the rights of its citizens. There's no other reason William Ruto can give of being on the house on the hill. He has desecrated the presidency by failing to protect citizens. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Came to tell us we were going to be deported. They were communicating with Kenya. Kenya must have given a wink for them to deport us. When they said they were releasing Boniface and Agatha, that lapse between the time they would have been deported on the 19th and when torture set in, there must have been communication. And if you want evidence, look at Mudavadi's statement when he was working, being interviewed by The Nation, by the Citizen TV. He was literally saying, they are on their own, they are a nuisance here and abroad, you deal with them. So they are complicit. Look at how funny the fourth day is when they write feeble letters, and they write same day as Uganda, very feeble letters, not demanding, not even summoning the ambassadors to say where their nationals are. I bet by then they'd already known they are being dropped near their respective borders. I want actually to accuse the Kenyan government at the highest level of complicity. There is no way we could have been deported. A delegation consisting of a former minister, a former chief justice, that 1 hour they were communicating. And the call by the ambassador just before we were deported was a lullaby for us to sleep while we get deported. Yeah. Yeah. This is the reaching out. I'm reaching out to everybody through this press statement. Otherwise, I should be a very tired person walking around looking for people to talk to. This is sufficient. The media has a role, and you are helping us communicate with the world. Even when we were under detention, we did not call people. We just spoke through the social media. And thank you so much for those of you in the mainstream who picked it up and amplified it to the world. Thank you to Kenyans on Twitter, to East Africans on Twitter, because they took it to town. These are not days you have to knock on doors or bother your phone until it gets hot. Just one tweet or one post in social media suffices. This is how we address the world. The ideals upon which the East African community, the Jumuiya, was founded are cooperation, freedom of movement, the protection of human rights, and the rule of law. These are systematically being dismantled by member states acting with impunity. What has the rest of the world done? The African Union remains silent. The African Commission on Human and People's Rights, which is the right wing or the right arm of the African Union, has not acted. United Nations offers rhetoric but not redress. The United States, a self-declared champion of liberty, is barely audible these days and has its own issues of liberty back at home. Meanwhile, powers like China and Russia shield these regimes at global forums, bringing forth the question, are they our friends as residents of East Africa, or are they friends of our discredited regimes? To the people of East Africa, this is our moment of truth. We must resist, we must act. To the leaders of the EAC, you cannot speak unity while jailing, abducting, and torturing your own citizens and criminalizing free movement of people, which is the very reason why the Jumuiya exists. To the international community, your silence is complicity. The world must demand an immediate halt to the political repression in East Africa, the release of all political prisoners, and accountability of the state-sponsored torture and abductions, and must support free and fair elections where the people's choices are respected. The actions we are seeing are actually calculated to stop people from expressing their will. No wonder the leaders in both Tanzania and Uganda are charged with treason. No civilized nation where democracy exists have charges of treason on their law books, and if they have them, they're hardly used. Yeah. Asante sana. We appreciate you and we thank you. I didn't. The phones are yours. I was just about to take one.